I always forget to turn on the microphone before I start streaming. Hello, everyone. Oh God, it is a Sunday morning, guys, and we are here. Get a cup of coffee, tea, chocolate. I don't know what you eat. Oh, sorry, burping. What the heck? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just ate, I guess, but yeah, this is just an amazing thing. Mm. Okay. Sorry. All right. So yeah, we are back here. Hello, Zans. Hello, Sarsi. Hello, how are you? Um, we are back with our Sunday stream. I was supposed to do something. Wait, hold up. What's this? Breaking news: VTuber Iron Mouse of the V. This is from False ID. This is tweet by False ID a minute ago. And it has like 74 likes. That is fast, actually. VTuber Iron Mouse of the V Soldier Group is now the most active streamer on the Twitch platform, breaking the tonight by passing 91k subscribers. He's currently at 92k active subscribers and showing no signs of slowing down. I wonder, what was Ludwig's record? I think it's too far away. Ludwig's sub record. Yeah, what is his sub record? Okay. During Ludwig's 1 month subathon. Hello. How are you? Why can't I see it in why can't I why did what that's weird. Wait, hold up. Something's oh. There you go. It's a little bit weird. Hello, Udon. Yeah, go buy stuff in my store. Yeah, so Ludwig had peaked at 283,066 subs during his 1 month subathon. And he has 3.1 million followers. That is his max. So that's the record to beat if Iron Mouse wants that. But right now, given that Ludwig's on YouTube, he doesn't hold that record anymore. Yup. So it's a little bit long way. She needs around less than 200k subs for that one. Well, we will see. The fact that she able to get 92.5k subs is it's a feat on its own. It's amazing. She's on her second week, jumping on her third week. And a lot of things happened, actually. I really do appreciate that Chris Broad was there. I was watching that live. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. I'm still sipping in the haven't drank my coffee yet. But yeah. That's just news. That's amazing. Oh yeah, so yesterday I went somewhere. We went to a mall and found nonos and I ate that and it's just delicious. Okay. Hello, Sir WheatBread. Hello, Shizuka. How are you? Hello. Oh, sorry. Ben, hello. How are you? Ben? Hello. Okay, I'm just looking at the. Alright. What? Oh, wait. Whoa. Oh wow, that is cheap. Well, someone is. Oh, hello. I don't have a sound over here on YouTube. What the heck? Wait, hold up. Why did not make sound? YouTube alerts. It's not muted. It's not muted, but it didn't make a sound. Oh, no, I disabled TTS on YouTube. That's why. The TTS is disabled on YouTube. But yeah, thank you for following on. Thank you so much. That is rare. Can we acknowledge that that is rare? That's majority of my viewers on YouTube are viewers on my Twitch on my Twitch. So with that being said, like it's just so weird that I get followed during streams. Good, good. How about you, sir? How's your Sunday? Well, just starting. Have a cup of coffee. But yeah. So a little bit of update for those who haven't watched my stream on Twitch. I finished freaking Pokemon Legends Arceus, the true ending stuff. So the next thing that we could only do on Pokemon Legends Arceus right now is make every single one of those Pokemon at least level 10 research level. Which is something I can do off stream. And it's something that is not that really, I would say, engaging to watch. So I would probably do it just like once a week. Pokemon. Probably on the Saturday morning, you know. Oh yeah, Kids in the Ice concert will be next week. I will be there. If you want to know what's my what I was going to do there, it's like you have to wait and see. You have to go there and see. What else? I was supposed to play Triangle Strategy this week, but we have some place to go to, so no, not yet. I'm gonna hold on. Give me one sec. I'm gonna PM someone. But yeah. Also, for those who actually, I should remind my viewers. Hello, guys. So we're so yeah. We're gonna talk only. We're gonna focus on one thing today. We're gonna talk about just stuff. Let's focus one topic for this time. Okay. Okay. I'll give me just one sec. I should remind my viewers about the watch along later. Okay. For those who want to go to my watch along, just go to my Discord channel. Just a reminder about our watch along later at +8. Did I say 9? I forgot. Double check if it's 9 or not. Okay. I should also set up my schedule for next week. 9 p.m. Okay. Okay. So, first things first, we want to focus on one topic, but let's just slide off the others. First and foremost, remember the SIM card registration thing? I don't know if I talked about that last Sunday. I think it's a disadvantage of me doing a just shocking stream only once a week. So that I always forget if what are the things I have discussed. I was pretty sure that I talked about wrestling last week. A lot of wrestling last week. I could talk about something because WWE is in Jeddah. But yeah. So what were the things that were getting a lot of attention over on Twitter? First was the SIM card thing. What's that? Good. Good night, right? Good night. It's good night to someone who was made a post that was being shared, and I can't find it. I'll type the name of the owner. Okay, it's not popping out. Good night. Oh, there you go. Found it. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Hello, PH. This was post was February 18. But yeah, just like 2 days ago. Just by Good Night Brutal One Button Bullet Hell. I played that game over on Twitch. It's a fun game. Oh shoot. Okay. The caption of the photo is Hello PH community, netizens gamer, hashtag PH VTubers. We are raising awareness regarding hashtag Veto SOCMEDRED. SOCMEDRED. So that's Veto social media registration. We only have less than 28 days and even less in the possibility of this bill turning to a law. You read the democracy.net.ph. And what's the context of it was posted in the photo. It says, in case you haven't heard, there is a recent ratified bill called SIM Card Registration Act. But the bill is flawed because of the last minute addition that turned it into a SIM Card and Social Media Registration Act. A summary, the problematic is that social media is poorly defined in Philippine law, and almost everything in modern online is covered, including Twitch, Facebook, Discord, and any video game platforms such as Steam, since you can post comments. The bill aims to forbid use of fictitious identities when registering accounts, with a punishment of 6 years in prison and or fine up to 200,000 Philippine pesos. That is a lot. For gamers, this is a problem as most of us uses pseudonyms, aliases. For streamers, our anonymity is something we take seriously of. For those who handle social media accounts, we are required by law to permanently link our real world identities. Follow the link and this. Okay, so basically, let's open the link. The democracy that thing. Yeah. Basically, it's a way for. It is something that's a lot of talk about. It's been talked about recently. I don't wanna post much because stuff. So first things first, that yeah, what happened here is this was a. Is this really true? It's called Social Media and SIM Card and Social Media Registration Act. You know, I'm gonna search about it. I think it's not named as such like that. It's still SIM Card Registration Act. Still is. Basically, I was monitoring this one because the SIM Card Registration Act itself was what was the proper term of it? It was a good idea, but it's a little bit too late. Usually the purpose of the SIM Card Registration Act is to track down those who are, by binding your name to a specific cell phone number or a SIM card. Not really SIM card, more of the phone. So it lets you, enables you to use one single mobile phone all throughout. And but by doing so, it'll keep if you do something that is something illegal or something like that, it could be pointed down to you. Like if I call somebody, or basically it's like an ID. Your mobile number is like an ID for you. It was a good way to counteract as like terrorism, SMS scams, some some misinformative content. So if I were like doing some uh text blasting people with right now, this law is not yet passed. So wait, it's already in the hands of our president. So is he either sign it or veto it? I don't think I. But given that it's unanimous, I think it's most likely gonna be get signed. So this is a lack of a lot of context here. So basically, it really protects people from a lot of fake news for scams, black propaganda. That's the purpose of that law. Basically, you can't use a SIM card without registering yourself first. So on how they're gonna implement this, I don't know. Basically, if you're gonna register something, if you're gonna get a SIM card, you have to get registered first. You're gonna register this specific SIM card, and this specific number will be under your name. That's a deal. It was a good law because there are really a lot of scams that you could find in the and when you're getting on your phone, right? Right now, I'm still getting a lot of text messages about scams, like, okay, you've won something, claim it right now, like that. And given I don't have a problem with it because I can detect scams, right? But there's a handful, a lot of people are still getting pulled in for the scams. But yeah, both of my parents are already like old. They're not really, I'm still really concerned if they see something on that side. Happy hello. Now, for those who didn't know, that was the purpose of the law all throughout. But in the what was the thing again? What was the screenshot of it? So basically, on the what's the correct term of it? There was a joint session of the Congress and the senators. So that's not normal actually. So, and some revisions are done. They added, instead of just SIM card, they also included social media, which sparked a lot of questions at that point. Again, that's why I told you guys that the law is actually not that bad at first, but it's a little bit delayed because scams already evolved to the social media. You can still see scams on your mobile phone, but it's rare that you'll get a text message or a call. They are more focused now on the social media because majority in the Philippines are on social media, at least specifically Facebook, to be honest. So they revised the law where not just in registering your SIM card, also on social medias, meaning you could get fined or go to jail if you registered to your social media account or to your SIM card with a fictitious identity or a fake name or a fake identity. Now, that's where all the chaos happens. So people are saying, "Wait, we can't register now we can't register with an identity with a different identity and stuff like that." It's a lot to dive in. Just a simple paragraph. It's only clause C. Let me find the actual bill. The whole text of the bill. Okay. This is called House Bill number 5793 or Senate SBN. What is SBN stands for? Senate Bill number 23995. It's still called SIM Card Registration Act. The one of the concern about was, where is section what? I'm looking for it. I'm gonna Okay, I'm looking for it. Oh shoot. Let Let me look. I'm looking for it. Where is it? Where is it? What section is that again? It's a scan of the. It's the scan of the. It's the scan of the. What's the right term? What's the name of this thing? It's a scan of the. Of the bill itself. So I can't use Control F in this one. I'm looking for that specific clause. It's under C. Penalties, I guess. C. Yeah, it's under section. It says item number 12, section 11, which is penalties of the Senate version. Is oh no, this is not the final. Wait, hold up. Wait, okay, I'm confused. Hold up. This is to confirm and validate the e-signatures of the members of the bicameral conference committee on the disagreeing provisions of SBN and HBN affixed on the final version of the bill. Okay. So item number 12. Let's see. What's the term that is item 12? Section 11. Penalties of the Senate version is consolidation with Section 12. Penalties of the House version was adopted as Section 11 of the reconciled version with amendments and shall now read as follows. So basically, hold up. That is okay. My talk. This is gonna get political actually. People are pointing out. Okay. Sorry, this is because there's fake information. There was fake information on social media because they're pointing out a certain senator that was the culprit of all of this. But based on this specific documentation, it says penalties of the Senate version in consolidation with Section 12. Penalties of the House version was adopted as Section 11 of the reconciled version with amendments and shall now read as follows. So basically, the version of the House was used instead of for the specific section right here, and there was revision. It means there was a version of the Senate and the version of the House. They used the version of the House and they just revised, did some amendments, changes, and which includes the item C. So it's not the Senate's fault. It's not technically. It's still their fault because it's a joint session, I guess. But it's the House's version that was brought up. So basically, it's under it. Once the law is passed, it's under Section 11, which is penalties. At letter C, I forgot what's the proper term. Part C, I guess, which what I excluded for. The problem is, let's see, definition. The important part is definition. This is not the final thing. The problem is not the final. This is the minutes of the meeting. The one that's being shared all throughout. It's the minutes of the meeting. This is the final one, which is, it can still be used for stuff for information. The problem is, I want to see. Yeah, that's a problem. They did not define what social media is. So, if any case you're gonna get sued, if you're gonna get charged under SIM card registration, you're going to you have to define what a social media is. And based to my understanding, I haven't read all of this. I have just fully read the penalty, that specific clause of the penalty. Where is that again? Again, the penalty of imprisonment of no less than 6 years of no less than 6 years. So minimum is 6 years, or a fine up to 200k, or both, shall be imposed upon anyone who use a fictitious identity to purchase or register a SIM card or social media account. Again, um, let's see here. Spoofing registered. Okay. Okay. So basically, the issue. To my understanding of this law, if this law was passed, and if you created a social media account or registered a SIM card and using a fake identity for those, you will get you can get fined after 200,000 pesos. 2 years. Oh, 6 years. Sorry, 6 years minimum. Because it says the penalty of imprisonment of no less than 6 years. So it's more. It could be 6 or more. My understanding, or I messed that up. I don't read English. The keyword here is purchase and register. So the question is, question: fictitious identities. To first, let's dive into what is a fictitious. Fictitious. Defining fictitious is not real or true, being imaginary or being fabricated. So if you tell have a fictitious identity, obviously, it's basically you're using a fake identity. You could it's a more proper term, I guess. Wait, hold up. What's false identity, actually. Fake identity. So, which is, funny enough, it's very weird because this is much stricter than the bank. I think I already discussed it before. It's much more strict than the bank because in the bank you can create an account with a not fictitious, not fictitious, with an alias, I guess. Fictitious means you're creating a fake individual. So while this one, however, like you're allowed to do that on banks actually. So case in point, one of the examples I think I gave that last time is Angel Luxine. Angel Luxine the Angel Luxine is a screen name. It's not her real name. Her real name is much longer. But they use Angel Luxine. Coco Martin as well is a fictitious name. It's a not fake identity. It's just alias, I guess. And they are allowed to open an account using those names. But there's a clause wherein, yeah, we know that that's her, right? So basically, there's still a way if you do it in the Philippines. So the problem with this one basically is the problem on what the reason why people were angry at this one is it is actually a quote unquote good law except except the social media part. Why? In social media, they did not specify what is a social media is. How would you define social media? So every time there's going to be an issue, like in a court and stuff, they would have to define what a social media is, which is crucial. Because not every website that has a login is considered a social media website. Steam is technically not a social media website, but then again, it has comments. You can add friends to it. You can talk to other stuff, right? Emails are not considered as Gmails, like Yahoo Mail, Outlook, Google Gmail. Those are not considered as social media. Because if you define social media, okay, let me define social media. Social media is a collective term for website and application that focus on communication, community-based inputs, interaction, content sharing, and collaboration. So that is a wide range of it. That is a wide range. But one thing is clear: Facebook is a social media, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter. There's one of them. Twitch is technically a social media website. It is. It's not technically. It is. So basically, if you're going to create an account, once this was passed, you have to register with your full name, with your name to it. The reason why it's very bad is because every single social media does not do that. You understand? Example: if you go to Twitter right now and you're trying to make account, it does not ask for your first name or your last name. It doesn't. On what else? TikTok. I'm not sure with TikTok, but for sure TikTok does not ask for your name. Facebook, however, does. Facebook asks for your first name and last name. They have a system wherein they try to check if your name is actually a name of an actual person. There are already been like measures to it. What else? Yeah. LinkedIn is you need your full name to that one. I mean, come on. Reddit, I know that you don't need to. Reddit, you don't need to do that. Snapchat, I haven't used Snapchat. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically it. So, in my opinion, is this something to raise concern about? Yes, it does, because like I said, people there are still we know the intention why they did this, right? Their intentions are good. However, they did not consider what are the other side effects of this condition. Like, there are people that still value your anomaly, anomaly, yeah, their secret identity. And they're not doing bad stuff, right? I hope they do it. I hope it was reconsidered. But given that it's already been passed, on paper there are good intention, but it seems dated. Social media is built around a bit of a no, I don't know. That's basically I would disagree to that one. The problem with this one is there is no means. I get. Well, you have a point with a bit of anomaly. Like, they're asking for accountability for this one. Accountability, because if you are in Facebook, even on Twitter, even any social media, the fake news are very, very rampant. Like, a lot of people are having a lot of issues. A lot of them. There is a lot of fake news. Even if you go to your IRL account, in my YouTube account, it doesn't have much fake news because majority of my follow are Facebook users, are YouTubers, right? And they're like the majority of them just posting content, right? But again, there are some advantage to this one. Like, for example, less people will be inclined to do fake news. Like, you can't. There is no way for you. If you're gonna post something that is fake news, you're gonna get accounted for it. Like, for example, you posted that Sir WheatBread is the god of everything. If you don't follow him, he will destroy you. If you posted something on Facebook, whoever posted that will get accounted for. That's why I tell you that the SIM Registration Act, before the change, is outdated, because you won't see that on your text message. You will most likely see that on Facebook or any of the social media account. I mean, on Twitter, it still has a lot of fake news as well. But the problem with Twitter, is no accountability. And for me, I would see this as something that will be signed. There's no going back to this one. The question is always how it's going to be implemented. So the question here is, what can we do? First and foremost, it should not. I said it should not be. The law should not affect those who are existing. The specific thing is, the specific keyword there is, the specific keyword here is that they wait, sorry. The specific keyword here is if you purchase a sim or you registered or registered a sim or social media account with a fictitious identity. It means all other existing ones should not be fined against it, because the law does not exist yet. So if they are concerned, if you already have an account that is existing that has a fictitious identity or a fake one, it shouldn't be covered by this one, unless there is another part of the penalty that if you have this, you'll be fine. I have not read the full read the law. The law states that if you registered with a fake name or fictitious identity, you're gonna get fined or you're gonna go to jail. So those VTubers right now are not gonna get fined with this one. They're not gonna get fined. Those who will be, if there's a new social media that requires you need to register, that will be under that law if it gets passed. If but yeah, the reason if there's a new social media platform, let's say Facebook died and there's another social media account, that is the thing that you have to go in. You have to register. Now that is a different story. So existing accounts should not be affected by this one, by the specific clause that they're very concerned about, because you're already registered in that social media with this specific account. So you cannot be what's the right term of it? You cannot go to jail to a law that you broke. No, you're not gonna get fined or go to jail with this specific law, because during the time that you did the registration on the social media account, the law does not exist. It doesn't. That's how it works. Like, for example, if somebody said that it's illegal, it's illegal now to stream as a piece of bread. If they make this law now, this will be my last stream. They cannot file a case against me for my previous stream because that law does not exist yet. That's it. The purpose of the bill is to eradicate mobile phone aided terrorism and criminal activities. That is the main purpose. But again, they change it to social media. Not only mobile phone. Again, like I said, mobile phone, quote unquote, mobile phone aided terrorism and criminal activities are, what do you call this? Are something that is happening still to this day, but they have already evolved to social media, right? That's the thing. That's why they added social media, because it's already part of it. Important to know. Okay, hold on. That's the important part. So yeah, if you already have an existing fictitious account, you'll still keep that, unless there's another, like there is a rule where you have to register again. This bill will be focused on other social media that doesn't require you. Like, for example, if Twitch needs to adjust its social media accounts for this one, only for the Twitch Philippines, wherein if you registered, you'll have to put your first name and last name. It does not stop you to use fictitious account. FYI, it does not stop you. It just stops you to register. That is different. So let's say you registered um if you let's see, I don't see what is a specific social media that will be affected by this one, because I guess let's say one example is Facebook. If you put your real name, Jonathan, last name Cruz. Cruz is a more typical Filipino. Jonathan Cruz. If you're registered as Jonathan Cruz on Facebook, then that's your real name. You're fine. But there's a functionality on Facebook that allows you to change your name. It should not be, you're changing the name. You're not registering a new account. You're you're not registering that this will be your name. You're just changing the account to something that's fictitious. Like you're gonna be Greg Greg Smith. That should not you shouldn't be shouldn't be filed in that case because you registered as with your real name and you just changed it. See how there's also one to like also on Twitter, like there's no means for you to put your first name and second name because username, it is not your fault if that is their structure, right? Same goes with Twitch. YouTube is a little bit complicated. Here's the with YouTube. You don't create an account on YouTube, quote unquote. You don't technically create an account. You create an account for Google accounts, and Google accounts technically is not a social media site. Google account is not. The social media accounts under Google is YouTube, and it will just allow you to create an account. But end of the day, you don't really need to put your full name in creating an account on YouTube. Just ask you for a username or the name of your channel. It's for branding purposes. So, it is a gray area on YouTube, which is something at same length as well, that it does not require you to put your first name, last name. Facebook requires you to. Twitter doesn't requires you to. What else? LinkedIn, you really need to put your first name. Come on, that's your resume, online resume. So yeah, again, there is a lot of question in this law. All I can say is that, sadly enough, by the looks of it, there's a lot of push. The people who wanted to veto this is just a small number. So, I don't think this is going to be vetoed. It will be passed. Second, it just stops you in registering with a fake name or fake identity, but it doesn't stop you to have one, to use one. Again, let's say I created an account on Facebook, my real name. If I create a page with a different name, it doesn't, it's a social media site still, but I still register to the account with my real name. Creating pages that has where I use my different identity, it doesn't stop me, right? It's not fictitious. You created something, you didn't register to do it, right? Yeah. I'm not sure if Twitter, Twitch would adjust to it. YouTube is one of those big, what's the right term? Big, a lot of loopholes, basically. Sounds problematic since it's a security issue when your account is associated with your real identity. Also, hello. I mean, it's a question of accountability. It's a question of accountability. Like I said, apart from mobile phone aided terrorism and criminal activities, fake news is one of those big ones right there. So we need to account someone who spreads fake news. So if you shared something that is fake, we should know who you are, and you should, file against you. Like if you really that's the thing. That's something that they really want to stop because it is very, very powerful in the Philippines. Misinformation in anywhere in the world is very bad. It's very bad. It could cause a lot of issues. I remember in Olympics. The SEA Games, wherein there was a team in the Philippines who the coach of a Philippine team, but it's also possible to go around it by starting your earn in the Philippines, then rendering the law useless. Wait. It is also possible to go around it by stating you aren't in the Philippines, then rendering the law useless. It depends. That's not really, it doesn't matter if you're a Philippine citizen, you're a Filipino citizen. It doesn't matter if you're not in the Philippines. You're gonna do a VPN. Doesn't no. That's not the law works. That's not how the law works. If you're a Filipino citizen, so if the only way for you to go around here is you should let go of your Philippine citizenship and go allegiance with some other country. If you want to go with that route, and I'm gonna say that is gonna be much more difficult. Just to have a fictitious identity, you want to just change. You just want to change citizenship, and that is still a big risk because who's to say that they're not gonna do the same route, especially if this became very effective to fight against those that they intend to fight, right? You can't say that, I use VPN. No, you're in the Philippines and you use that, right? Magaloon, hello, who are you? That's what I'm saying. Like, the best workaround is if you have a current account of those specific social media accounts, you don't have any problem technically because already you registered before the law has passed. So they won't charge it against you because when you did the quote unquote act of registering with a fictitious account, it was done before the law was made. So you're not allowed to be filed against that law because you didn't know that it was illegal before. So yeah. If that's why it's like I said, see how misinformation that is, because I see a lot of social media and a lot of VTubers who post this and said, "Oh no, I'm not. I'm gonna either IRL stream or I'm gonna stop streaming." Like, why? also, you can still register. To be honest, you can still register as such. There are ways for a workaround to prove that you registered with with your real identity. Like I said, Twitter, there's no way of telling, but I guess you are required to use an email or a mobile phone to register. So you could actually say, okay, I was registered to this specific mobile number, and I use a mobile number to bind it to my Twitter account. So you would know, given that there is no way of me registering my first name and last name or my true identity into a specific social media account. However, I bind it with my mobile phone, and it should be enough. They would already know who owns the account. On YouTube, I don't know how would you do that. I guess on YouTube, well, YouTube as well has a capability of telling you to bind your mobile number to the specific email. Facebook as well. So you can go for those social media that doesn't require you to put first name and last name. I think they should have a means for you to bind your mobile number to their account, and that will be your means. Like, there is this like I said, for example, on Twitter or on Twitch, I cannot. I'm unable to put my first name and last name because they don't have that capability. However, they require you, or they gave you an option to bind your mobile number to your specific Twitch account. So that should be a workaround. That could be a workaround because I didn't use a fictitious to register because there is no means to do that. Ask you for a username, and a username does not really necessarily mean no, it's a question if they're going to adjust to it. But in my opinion, I don't think the government will Like, okay, we passed the law. Okay, let's find those who are fake accounts, and we're just gonna take them all down. No, they're going to take down those who are doing fake news first. I don't think they're like, for example, if you're a content creator, like Bobong Gamer. Bobong Gamer is one of the famous one on Facebook. I don't think they're gonna constantly gonna look for him. He's gonna file against him. He's not doing anything wrong. It's not that it works. But yeah, my opinion, that'll be it. So that out of the way. So like I said, if you have a Facebook account, maybe if probably your fictitious there would be, for example, I have a WheatBread Facebook account. That might be illegal if I did that after the law is passed. So the workaround on Facebook is have a Facebook page. A Facebook page should be outside of the specific law. You create a Facebook page using your IRL account. Facebook already hides your identity if you create a Facebook page. On other social media accounts, I think, like I said, YouTube is a gray area. You don't register on YouTube. You register in Google accounts. So Google accounts is not a social media account. No. But you can, put your real name on that one if you wanted to. You should actually. What else? Yeah, that's about it. Now it's 1 hour, almost 1 hour in from our streaming, and oh my god, we have talked about that thing. But yeah, like I said, we need to know more on what to do. That's why I don't want to comment as such on the social media. I stay calm. Okay, next. So on my topic for last week was supposed to what should we do? Like, what should we do if not what should we do? Yeah. Yeah, we need to learn more. Yes, we need to learn more. Because there might be like again, no. There might be additional revisions to be added to that one. Okay. What do we need to learn more? Basically, wait, what? Okay. I want to talk about the games, video games. So, I want to ask you, for those who are watching here right now, what is the very first console that you own? What was the very first console that you played, and what is the very first console that you own? Because those two could be different. I think it's most likely to be different. Most likely. So to give you on my side, I'll give you the history between me and video games. Obviously, I don't remember as such. Don't remember much in all of them. But when I remember when I was a kid, I was in grade school, I guess. Grade school. I have a friend, and we go over to his house, and we play PlayStation 1. Yes, PlayStation 1. Oh, your first console is PlayStation 1. Okay. So basically, our house doesn't have a console at this time. So PlayStation 1 is my, if I can remember correctly, is my very first console that I played, but not owned. I don't. So it is a neighbor of ours. I go to his house, and we play PlayStation 1 every now and then. It was so funny and interesting because I remember we play action figures at that time. I never had a console. Do PC and mobile? I guess yeah, PC and mobile count. Yes, let's count them. They're technically video games and those. I guess not console, but yeah. Just say that it's on a PC or mobile, I guess. So we were playing. I remember we were playing WWE wrestling games and stuff. I forgot the other Monster Rancher. We play that, but it's more of me watching him play because there are games that you are required to two players, and we play that. But there are single player games on PS1, and I just watch, and I just enjoy watching it. And then that specific neighbor was able to purchase. Your last is PSP. Which PSP? Can you specify which PSP that is? Um, then they were able to buy a PlayStation 2, and again the changes with PlayStation 2. I guess they have more single player over fighting. I played Tekken. I think I was able to play Tekken in both consoles. No, in PlayStation 2. Red Simon, hello. How are you? Simon Manalo, hello. So yeah, I played the PlayStation and PlayStation 2. It was a fun. I don't remember, unfortunately. Oh, I see. No, you would. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah. So I think that's started me wanting to play video games. That's one of them. And I also have another friend which is a little bit far away from our house. Oh, this was the first time I saw a bread VTuber. Hello. I'm Bread. I'm Bread. My last is PSP2. I guess it was PSP 3000. Oh, 3000. Mine was 2000. I have a PSP that's 2000. But we're gonna go to that one. So, I play that. What do you call this? I have a friend which is also a neighbor. Is also a neighbor of ours, but a little bit further, and he had a Game Boy. Again, he had a Game Boy, so he was the youngest in the family, and it was just a pass down. His brother had the more updated Game Boy. I think it was Game Boy Color. I forgot what it is. I forgot, but the Game Boy was a pass down, and I was able to play, or more or less play with that. Oh, sorry. Can I buy a load of Globe? 50 pesos. We don't have Globe. We don't have Globe here. I do apologize. But yeah. Yeah. So the very first console that I played on is PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. Then the handheld aspect would be the original Game Boy. This is not dating me. Game Boys are very known to be very durable, so it was not that old. And I remember going back to the province after a few years from now, and I got introduced with two new consoles. May I remind you, my two cousins, have a lot of cousins. One of my cousins had a Game Boy Advance. Right? No, I remember when I am excited to go to the province to play with my cousin's PS2. So remember, I don't live in the province. I live in Metro Manila. So ideally, we get the items first. So they get the Game Boy Advance. And I was like, yeah, Game Boy Advance are consoles that I only watch from others. So envious when I remember that. I was able to play Game Boy Advance. And that specific Game Boy Advance will be given to my younger sister because that specific cousin will have another console. It was a pass me down. However, my sister doesn't really play much on the Game Boy Advance, so I was more the guy that plays that, even though I don't own it. The other cousin that I have, they were in the province, and do you know what console they have? Remember, I already played PlayStation. I already played PlayStation 2, and I already played Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. So, what would be your guess? What was the other console? Just a little bit of clue. It was a um home console. It's not a handheld. They had this, and I think I'm not sure how they able to secure this. I think it was a pass me down. I think it was a pass me down, and it was cool. And I think this was the start of me wanting a game console. Oh well, we maybe no. There that is no. Okay. It's not the Wii. The one that I was able to play was a very old family computer. It was a family computer. I was I well to be fair, I'm not really knowledgeable with the what do I call this? On which was the first console during that time, but I was certain that this specific family computer was old. Again, not the NES, not the NES. It's not the NES. It's actually the family computer, the Japanese version of the NES. Famicom, yes. So that's when I started playing Mario, Contra, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and a lot more. There's a lot more. The classic games where I were able to play that. And if I remember that time, I would really like to play that game. I would like to play that game. So I asked my parents to if I could have a game from a console at home. They didn't not allow me. So what we did is within our subdivision, there was a guy that rents out consoles. Like you go to his house and there's like I don't know, 6 TVs and has a lot of game consoles there that you could like rent. It's like a computer shop, but for game consoles, basically. For those, this is the time where internet connection is not that yet strong. So the game consoles are the big guns, right? The big guns in this one. Either go to arcade or go to a console renting stuff. I don't know what's exactly called. You can bring your own disc, or you could. He has an array of games that you could play. So during that time as well, I was able to play PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, N64, Dreamcast. There's Dreamcast, and I think one more, and the SNES. I think we were able to play that. I'm not sure if there was a GameCube, but I played a lot of those consoles, and I can't remember the games. But I remember playing Super Smash Bros. I played what else? Beyblade. I played Beyblade. I played Digimon. I played what else? I played Pokemon Stadium. Power Stone. I think I played Power Stone. So I played a lot of games on that one, and that was my go-to pastime during that time. That sounds nice. I didn't have those available in my area. Yeah, that was a rare. That was rare. Like, during that time, there was like two in our area. There's two in our area. One is that one. The other one was like very far away. You need to ride a tricycle to go to the other one. So it was a popular thing to do in our area. Then, PC happened. Then my parents allowed me to get a console. So, they surprised me. So they didn't during the time they didn't ask me what console do I want. Again, also my parents doesn't really not that knowledgeable in what game console you should buy, to be honest. So they bought me a quote unquote game console. Do you want to know what console did they gave me? And this is actually my very first game console. This is my very first game console. I like an arcade area, but consoles. What I experienced to have. Yeah, that was popular before. What do you think it is, right? Wait, hold up. Okay. Oh, first console? Yeah. It was very interesting when I found out what it is. You will be surprised on what it is. It will be very surprising. So basically, my very first, my very first game console that I got was not branded at all. It is basically a keyboard that you could plug in to a TV. A TV, yeah, the square TV. It's a fake one basically, but it was capable of playing Famicom games. It was capable of playing Famicom games. A fake one. Remember, this is the time where there is PlayStation and PlayStation 2 and GameCube. So I was able to replay all of the games I played when I was in the province because it could play Famicom games, and you have those cartridges where like 301, and there are like 50 that is only playable because the other is a repeat of the others. But yeah, that's what I played. My favorite game to play there was the circus. Circus thing. There's the sports. There's the motorbike. Mario. Oh, sorry, Mario. I think you can play all of the Mario. Or Mario 1 and 2 only. I think the third one you can't play. I can't remember. So it was a fake game console that you can plug in on your. So it's basically a keyboard that you can plug in to your, you can plug in to your TV and allows you to play Famicoms. The funny thing is the keyboard wasn't really usable. It wasn't really usable. It's so funny about it. It's a funny part. It wasn't playable at all. You can't use a keyboard. Oh, I think I know that too. It's Strange System, yeah. No, it doesn't have a brand. Like, it doesn't have a brand. Like, it's a fake one. So you can't even tell what it is, right? So yeah, that was just that's my very first console, and I keep playing it, and keep playing it. Then after a few years and such, like I said, I still play that. I remember playing a GameCube. In GameCube, wait, well, yeah. I remember the GameCube I play, but it's with the other stuff, right? It's in one of my other neighbors. We have like 3 neighbors have different console. Some others could be used like a Chilo. No. It's just the controller is like similar to the Famicom. That's how fake it is. Along with this time, we had a PC that is a secondhand. My mom had a office mate that is selling their home PC, and I was able. It was a very old PC. They don't use it anymore because they're such. Then I was able to play a lot of video games, not the Minesweeper and pinball. That's default. But how old that PC it is, it was able to run Warcraft 2. That's how old it is. And my mom's purpose to have the computer is to do work at home, so games are not that priority. we tried buying video games on the CD, but it usually breaks down because it's not capable of running it because it's an old PC. But yeah, during my graduation in, I forgot when it was, a grade school or high school. I can't remember. I think it was grade school, I think. We were allowed to be given a console. A console for as a graduation gift. We asked this. I asked this, and my sister asked this as well. So our next console that we owned was a handheld console. It was a handheld console, and it was the PlayStation 2000. Yeah, PlayStation 2000. Wait, what? Can I confirm this? I would know because mine is a special edition. It was a rare one. Yeah, when was it? 2008. Some people are not even born during this time. What the heck? Hold on, 2008? What type of PlayStation is this? This is PlayStation 2000, I think. Is this PlayStation 2000? I'm looking at it. Does it say? I know it's just PlayStation 2000. It's because this is not for sure. This is not PlayStation 1000, which is the fat boy. 2 is slim, and 3000 is a different one. So this is PlayStation 2000. It was the God of War Chain of Olympus. I'm not sure if this was a new game, a new version of the game. Like, if the game just got released, or if it's we were given to this one, and we were given a. So this is the only game that I have with a UMD. Is it UMD? Is the right term UMD? Basically, the small disc that you could use to play in PSP. I have two. This one and the this specific entertainment pack comes with the game Chain of Olympus, as well as this one movie, and I forgot what movie it is. The cool thing about this one is that it is color red. And the color, I think the only colors that you can get on the PlayStation before was just black or white, I think. PSP colors. Yeah. Like, you can only get white or black, if I can remember correctly. So this was my actual console that I had. And I played a lot. We have Tekken, but yeah, the only UMD, is it UMD? PSP. Yeah, UMD. UMD is the only, the God of War is the only UMD I got. Because basically, I don't have the console anymore. I don't know where it is, but for sure it's not working anymore. I did not remove the battery when we stored it. So if I able to find it, it will most likely have the battery and it will just leak out. You should remove the batteries if you're really gonna use it. So what happened is, and I don't take care of my PSP. Remember? I was a kid at that time. I don't take care of it. It has a lot of scratches. No cracks though. Just scratches. Given that my mom is not really, again, it's a game console. Majority of the parents doesn't know how to understand game consoles at all. That's a given fact. So the one where we bought the game taught me how to do homebrew. So yeah, so every single time that there's a new game that I want to play, I will download it and add it into my PlayStation and my PSP. And you only able to do that if you have a homebrew. That's why I can't remember. This was the time that, they once you give me a console, you're not gonna they're not gonna give me a chance to. They're not gonna give me games anymore. Because I already gave you a console. Why were they gonna give you games? So it's I was left to just download games and do use homebrew at that time. You have to be. I don't do that anymore. Don't do that anymore because I already have work. But that was the time where I appreciate having a physical copy. That started to that, but that's also the time that I'm always like paying attention on the release of some games on the PSP. Like, okay, what are the new games? That's I always look. I was also so I was like, okay, what's the next game to play? Okay, what's the next game to play? Can I play this? That's not no. That's good parenting. Like, okay, we give you a console. Now it's your turn to buy your own game. You earn your money to play the game that you want, right? That's good parenting. Come on, it's good parenting. Yes, homebrews. So, given that I'm just a student and I really want to play games, so I'm gonna go for homebrew. I download games a lot. Download random games, a lot of questionable games. I played Dead or Alive, the volleyball thing. Just wanna see how that game is. But yeah, we download a lot of like WWE. There's a lot of WWE games at that time. There were the sequel to the PSP. There's also another God of War, Ghost of Sparta. I guess I think it's on the PSP. I can't remember. Birth by Sleep. I was able to play that. That was my very first Kingdom Hearts game that I played. But I was during the time I told you I was able to watch people play that game. Not YouTube is not before YouTube. Before YouTube, you just sit to your relative and watch them play. And yeah, there's a lot of those things that happened. But there would be a transition wherein I stopped playing consoles, home consoles and handheld console. I stopped because basically the big disadvantage of home consoles is that multiplayer is barely non-existent. It's not existent at all. It is very good to play home consoles if your friend is like beside you, or just you invite a friend over, or what else? Yeah, if there's online, it's very laggy, so it's still preferred to go to your friend's house and play with him. That did not go well. So during that time, I got bored out with PlayStation 2, which I still play during that time. But during the time, I'm still playing it. That was Dota is starting to rise up. Dota started to rise up, so I tried playing it. Like at first, I have no idea how it works. I have no idea at all. So I tried Dota, played it. I lose a lot, I win some, but it's still fun where you were able to play it with people within the computer shop, right? It was so fun. So I keep playing that, play there. Remember the shop that I said that was doing consoles before? They made an extension to their house wherein there are now a bunch of computers and you could play with them, play it. So that's what we did, and yeah. So we played Dota. At first we start playing Dota, then obviously there's like only 6 PCs out there, so you're gonna get either all of you guys play Counter-Strike, or you're gonna play Dota, or Red Alert 2 as well. There's some that I'm not sure if the games that we're playing were purchased properly or just like pirated. Don't know. Don't really care at that time. So it was an issue before. Like if you're gonna play Dota 2. Like you don't know. Like there are only 6 PCs, and how are you gonna do a 5v5 like 6 of them? Like there's always a question. They always put like a bot that is much more powerful. Back then, you can play PC games on a 256 MB RAM. Yeah. Before you can play Warcraft 3 on a, you just put the Warcraft on your USB drive, and you can run that on your PC. So yeah, so that was an issue. That was before Garena. There was a platform before Garena, right? Before Garena. I'm not sure if it was Garena. Basically, there was a platform. Given that there is, the things that's getting more popular during that time is Dota, right? I already played Ragnarok. I didn't play. There was online game is already available on the PC at this time, but Ragnarok is just only one of the few. I think MU as well, Gunbound, which we play sometimes, but Dota 2 is the one that started sparking already at the time, and you can only play that locally. Then somebody had a big brain. I was like, you know what? We have a means for you to play without having a Battle.net account. I don't know if there's another means. I don't know if Garena is the original one. Garena is 2009, I guess, but probably. So much stuff. Yeah, basically, you have to tunnel stuff. Yeah, it became as an online server, if I remember. Yeah, online server, wherein you are capable of to have an not really matchmaking. It's just online play. There's no matchmaking at all at that time. So it's an ability for you to play Dota with other people across the Philippines. So I was like, oh, okay. We try that, and it grew popular. That's one reason that Garena grew popularity over on Philippines. Like you don't really need to, you can play it on your house. You could play, everything like that. And I was the one who started playing that. Then there was that after a few months, I think, Dota 2, Dota, not Dota 2. Dota had a legit competition, if I can remember correctly. I'm gonna double check who was the first one. Yeah, who was the older one? They had a direct competition. When this was League of Legends. Yes, League of Legends. Okay, League of Legends was their next competition. Basically, the creators of Dota created their own game. So that was Dota 2. Well, some of them, I guess. It named League of Legends. During this time, I wasn't playing this yet. I wasn't playing this because you have a bad rep if you're playing League of Legends. Like, oh, you play League of Legends, oh, you suck. Dota is superior, like that. So we play, But there was another MOBA game that grew popularity during this time. And that was Heroes of New Earth. Back then, even like there's still a stigma, I think, during that time. Like if you play HON or you play League of Legends, nobody would like you. Something like that. That's why even though these two games grew in popularity, we still stick to Dota 2. And the cool thing is, even if you stick with Dota 2, like if you get bored, you can just play a custom map in Warcraft 3. Like the one that they make models of. Like you could play as Luffy and Anime Arena and stuff like that. You could do that. So we play that after playing a little bit of Dota. So you can't do that in League of Legends, right? Those were the disadvantages of Dota before League of Legends. But when I jumped into college, that was the time wherein, it sounds bad back then. Yeah, it's like a stigma. Like you gotta get trash talk if you're playing that. So when I went to college, where I went to college, right? USC. Uh, I played with my friends League of Legends more because they are more to League of Legends because I think this is the time that people did not really like Garena anymore in terms of playing Dota because it is very inaccurate. Like it's a peer-to-peer thing. I think it's not really server based. It's just a means for you to connect online, but it doesn't have a server on its own. It's more of like we could let it's like a workaround to the BattleNet thing. They don't have their own server. That's why it's very laggy and you're very dependent to the host of the match. So when League of Legends, League of Legends slowly gains a lot of popularity over Dota at this time. Then I played. I played a lot of League of Legends over Dota, and and during this time, if I can remember correctly, it was a huge gap before I was able to go jump in back to consoles. Because during college, I was able to they were able to give me. No, I can't remember if I bought it for my own or they gave it to me. I think I bought it for my own. So basically, I was able to secure not Pokemon, a Nintendo 2DS. So after having a PSP 2000, when was PSP 2000? I can't even say. I'm not even sure if PSP 2000 was like new during the time I have it. And Nintendo 2DS. Okay, let's see the variants. I think I got the PlayStation 2000 when PlayStation Go was released. I think so. I can't remember. Hey, hello, how are you? DS. No, 2DS, not DS. So the games between uh Pokemon the Sinnoh region, Unova region, I wasn't able to play that legally. I played it on the PC and actually broke my dad's PC at that time because I downloaded something that is Sussy Baka. Also played Pokemon Rangers. The Nintendo 2DS was the next one I have. It was 2000. What do you mean 2020? What? Oh, discontinued. Okay. 2013. Yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. This was the next console that I have. This was the next console I had. On Nintendo 2DS. I was able to play the Alpha Ruby and Omega Sapphire as well as the Pokemon Sun and Moon? Alola? Yeah. And Super Smash. An expensive fix, I'm assuming. No, the fix wasn't expensive at all because we didn't fix it. We have to abandon the laptop because it's beyond fixing. Again, it's a recurring theme that we buy during this time. We buy secondhand digital stuff. That laptop as well was secondhand. So when it got broke, we didn't bother to fix it because you can't fix it anymore. So fixing is not really expensive because we did not fix it. So in 2DS, yeah, I played the Pokemon's officially, and this is the time I still play Pokemon League of Legends. I think Dota 2 was popping up as well, so we play that as well. But yeah, more or less. The laptop was actually pretty old. Like I said, it's a very old one. It's like almost dying when we. Yeah. And jumping in when I started working, that's when I got my Nintendo Switch. And that's when I bought the Nintendo Switch in 2018. with the money that I had left when I went to Japan back in May 2018. And in 2019, I asked my dad if I can I borrow some money for him so I can buy the PC. I was very capable of I was capable of buying a PC during that time, but I am capable of saving enough money to buy the PC, but at that time I don't have enough funds to have it. So I talked to my dad and say, "Okay, can I borrow money so I could, you know, I could buy a PC. I'll pay you back by end of the year." I think was it end of the year? I can't remember if it was end of the year. I think it was end of the year when I was able to give him the money, give the rest of my payment. And here we are right now. Obviously, I a lot of things I got missed out because a lot of games I really do enjoy playing. There was a time where I really stopped playing home consoles because like it's just PC and a handheld console. That was my go-to factor. The handheld, if I when I'm playing, just I want to lie down and play games. I do play mobile games, but not as much. Candy Crush, I play that. I can't remember what other mobile games I played. Mobile Legends, I played before, but that was the time that I was not really. I'm not good with using controls in Mobile Legends, so I didn't really passionate play it. Sometimes I play. So that's the rule. That's what happened. Oh yeah, PS2. There was a friend of my sister that allowed my sister to borrow a PlayStation, his PlayStation 2. The weird thing is, my sister doesn't play consoles at all, so I didn't know the reason why we were able to have that. I don't know the specific reason why, but end of the day, I was able to play Naruto, one of the Naruto games, the fighting games, which is a fun game to play. I was able to finish the game before the PlayStation 2 was returned. Because in the back of my mind, I know that I'm not gonna have this. I'm not gonna get this anymore. Yeah. So PlayStation lasted quite a while after all. Yeah, because that PlayStation 2 was somewhat revolutionary. It was very revolutionary because the games that you could play on PlayStation 2 is wildly different. If I can remember correctly, I think PlayStation 2 has a backwards capability. PlayStation 3 had a lot of issues when it started coming getting a lot of when it got released. That's why PlayStation 2 was very superior. I think top game console of all time. I think it's still PlayStation 2. Why is it said that as best-selling game console? Mm-hmm. The best-selling is still PlayStation 2 that got released in 2000. Already been discontinued. Obviously, we have already PlayStation 5 and sold more than 155 million units. And that is a lot. That is a lot. And the second is the DS family, which sold around 154 point. It was supposed to break it actually. Then the next one was Game Boy and Game Boy Color with around 120 million. And the active one is PlayStation 4 with 116. Nintendo Switch was 103, and the original PlayStation is out 102. Yeah, that's a lot. And there are only, based on this counting, this is in Wikipedia, there's 1, 2, four active ones, and two of the four active ones are in the top five. Number four is PlayStation 4 with 116.9 million, and Nintendo Switch has 103.54 million. The difference is Sony got this PlayStation 4 got released in 2013, whereas Nintendo Switch got released 2017. So basically, PlayStation 4 had a lot of head start. And I'm guessing Nintendo Switch would still have revisions over a new generation of console for the Nintendo Switch, because that was their even before that was their thing. So yeah, what is the worst game console sold then? NES Classic doesn't count though. Let me see. For Nintendo, what is the worst? The worst was Famicom Disc. Oh no, that's a disc system. That's not the original one. It's a console add-on. You don't count the classic edition. The worst one is Nintendo. It's Wii U at 13 million for Nintendo. For Wii U. Wii U is the worst one for Nintendo. The next would be Nintendo GameCube. Whoa, I thought GameCube would be better. For Sony, what is the worst? Let's see. I don't include the add-ons. The worst is PlayStation Portable family at 80 to 20 million, 80 million to 82 million. Okay. Yeah, and Steam released its own console. It's not. I don't know if that will profit Steam, the Steam Deck. I don't think it will profit as much. Okay. Let's see. For Sony, their worst would probably be PlayStation 5, but it just got released like two years ago, so this will still keep on growing. Oh no. The worst is PS Vita. PS Vita is 10 to 15 million. The PS5, will be higher. Will be PS Vita. Microsoft, the lowest currently, it shows that it's Xbox Series X and S, which is 12 million. But this is given because it's still active. It will still grow. The original Xbox is 24 million. 360 is the better one. Okay. The problem with Steam Deck is that it doesn't try to replicate what it has a function that I really appreciate. Allows you to do 4K gaming. I really appreciate that. But I don't know if it's something that would be like a Nintendo Switch competitor. I'm not sure by how it functions, because basically it's just an option for you to play Steam games on a portable situation. And it's also considered as a hybrid, because you can put it in a port and you could play it there. The difference is it's more of like a additional luxury over something that if you really want to play this game, you have to buy this console. It's not like that. So what do I mean? If there's a new game, let's say, if there's a new Mario game, the only way you could play that legally is through a Nintendo Switch game. Whereas from Steam, usually you could play that in multiple consoles. So it is more convenient for me to have the game on the PC which is probably could be very more powerful than the one that the Steam Deck is. And in terms of portability, I think if you want to have your games portable, that's it. That's the big catch to that one. But if playing it on the PC is not an issue to you, then I don't see the reason why you should have it. I think the only reason you should have it that is like makes sense in my opinion is for streaming purposes. You can have the dual PC setup, and instead of another PC, just have the Steam Deck. You can have that setup. I don't even know how much that is. How much is Steam Deck? How much is a Steam Deck? Steam Deck. Okay. It cost the cheapest one is $399. $400, 64 GB. For sure it's not enough. 64 GB. You would buy a. I think this supports also a SSD. You could buy the cheapest, right? But you could increase the storage makers. So buying cheapest is not a problem at all. So you can buy that. But if I can remember correctly, the dock that allows you to it allows you to play to dock it to use the 4K capability. It is what do you call this? Is a separate cost. Thank you. Bless you. Oh. Yeah, it said it has a dock, but it's sold separately. Like this. And they have not confirmed the cost of the dock on how expensive it is on when you're gonna buy it. And this article is in January of this year. Sorry, February. And potentially, they don't really care. You can make it into a mini PC as well. At $400 to PHP. Specs of a 400 USD computer. Thank you. Okay, I'm also looking into $400K is $400 is around 20K in the Philippines. Okay, let's see. I'm looking at the I'm looking at the specs of a possible 400K PC. Let's see. Case, cheap case, 8 GB. Okay. Yeah. It is much more. If you're just gonna solely going to use that one PC for games, getting the 64 GB, the 64 GB Steam Deck would be it's much better than having a $400 PC build. However, I know you cannot just port. You cannot just use a video card on it. You need. I think you need a dock, because that's how the Switch works. You need a dock. So we don't know how to push I guess the Steam Deck still lacks the information on that part. Basically, Steam Deck right now is you're able to play your Steam games portable. That's about it. On how to play it on as an actual PC, like plug in keyboard and mouse, dock it to something else, in dock mode. Still in question. We don't know on how to do it yet. We still need information on that one. Yeah, that's that issue, I guess. You can reformat the Steam Deck and make it to a mini PC. But yeah, they should give information to the deck wherein I will able to play it normal. I want to play visual novels portable now. Well, Switch has that as well, but I guess the Steam library of live novels is a lot more, I guess. It's a lot more. But yeah. If you think about it, I started playing video games with consoles Then I jumped into into PC games. Then went back to console games. But the Steam Deck seems heavy. I think that's fine. Fine. That's just my concern though. That's all. Just want to get more information to it. You know. Yeah, that's about it. Mm-hmm. Oh wait. Yeah. So right now, my console is just my PC. My gaming console is Nintendo Switch, and I have a PC for PC games, and that's about it. The Switch right here, I might look for a replacement, like buy a new one. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe if I continue, if unable to go to Japan, I guess I would probably buy a new Switch. Or if they're going to release a new variation of Switch, I would buy that. Then transfer all my progress from this Switch to the other Switch. That will be the other option. But more or less, that's about it. I'm not there was a plan for me to buy a Xbox Series S because it's a lot cheaper. It's very cheap. And like I could just buy games there, then just stream it if I want to. But I'm not wasn't sure about that. Wasn't sure about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just very interesting, to be honest. Wait, hold up. I'm looking at something, guys. Give me a sec. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I like them having those console affordable. The Xbox Series S was like very cheap compared. That's why I thought they would. And again, the intention of the Xbox Series X and S is for you to play high-end games without, because majority of the Xbox games you can play on the PC. Usually when they release an Xbox game that will be available on the PC. The problem with the PC, am I late? Hello, Lormi. I think I'm about to end the stream though. Hello, Lormi. Before in hello, Lormi, how are you? So in the normal standards of things, like if you're gonna play something on Xbox, that usually you could just buy on the PC. The problem is PC parts are very expensive. Like how much is the RTX right now? How much the RTX right now it costs? How is everyone today? We're doing great. Doing fina. Yes. Hold up. RTX 3080. 3080 is some expensive one. 3080 could go as high as 100K. And the Xbox Series no, I'm gonna go Data Blitz. Data Blitz. Only $100. 100,000 pesos for a freaking graphics card, and that's just a graphics card. Give me one sec. Let's look at here. PC, Xbox, consoles. Okay. The Xbox Series S, the half terabyte variant, is around 20,000. 20,000. And whereas the Xbox Series X, the more expensive one, is around 38,000. Yeah, but that one is that's the most expensive that you can get for for the RTX 3080 Ti. Is it Ti? Oh shoot, I shouldn't have closed it. Hold up. Oh shoot. A DynaQuest. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, come on, let's face it. Like, the game companies just does not really care about making it cheaper, I guess. Yeah, the more expensive. Oh, 3090 is the more expensive one. The most expensive right now is the RTX 3090. It's around 140,000 pesos, and that is just the GPU. Obviously, there's a lot more cheaper GPUs. The problem with cheaper GPUs is basically after a few years, it might not be enough for you to run some of the games. Whereas if you bought an Xbox Series S, that will cost around 20,000 pesos. That is the cheapest, and the next expense, and that's a controller and the console itself. So you can play that. You can just plug and play. And the next one, next one is Xbox Series X, is around 38,000 pesos, which is still cheaper than the GPU that I just talked about. I think the most decent GPU right now that it is a GTX, not an RTX. RTX are expensive. Yeah, well, this is expensive. 1660. Yeah, around 20,000 pesos. The 1660. So if you list down all the games that you want to play, and you could play all of those in Xbox Series S, just go for Xbox Series S. Although I think the question probably is you don't want to play it using a controller, I guess. That's the only downside I got of that one. But the fact that you could play the next gen games with the Xbox Series S, that's worth saying something. That is very good. That is very good. Whereas PlayStation games, you can only play it on PlayStation. Xbox games, you can play that on Xbox. So if you have a very high-end PC, you don't really need Xbox. You don't really need Xbox because you're capable of doing that. But if you don't have that high end of a PC and you want to play a lot of PC games, Xbox Series S is the best one. It doesn't have a physical copy, sadly. Yeah, the digital version of PS5 is 24,000, and the normal one is 28,000. But yeah, I know Xbox Series X is a lot powerful, and the intention of Xbox Series S is that we don't have an exclusivity, but we have a means to allow you to play a wide range of game on a monthly subscription. That is good. That is good. That is a good thing to do. Yeah, Xbox Series S. If you buy Xbox Series S and the Blitz, it comes with one controller, which is I do enjoy the Xbox controller I got. They're good. And yeah. That's why in terms of we're talking about next generation console, Xbox Series S is the best one. I don't count the Nintendo Switch OLED because it's not a next gen thing. It's still the previous gen. It's just a lot better. And I like about the OLED is you can buy the older version, the old version of Nintendo Switch at the discounted cost because they have a new console. And you can play all the games that you could play on the OLED. You can only for me again, I already said this before. If you don't know what version of Nintendo Switch if you're gonna buy it, if you don't have a Nintendo Switch yet, go for an OLED. If you already have an existing Nintendo Switch, If you're more onto handheld, get the OLED. But if you're more on the PC, just go for the cheaper one. And I highly doubt that they're gonna. I think maybe next year or maybe end of this year they're gonna have a revision. But I don't think they're going to have a U variant to it. That's how Nintendo Switch works. Maybe a variant of Nintendo Switch Lite. They might do that. Yeah, PlayStation. Oh, yeah, Xbox. It's so underrated. The Xbox game, Series S, is so underrated. But yeah, I think that's about it. See you guys later at 9 p.m. We're gonna watch something over on my Discord channel. So hope you guys are there to to join me to watch with me. We're gonna play Kazen's. We're gonna watch Kazen's game. It's gonna be very very fun to play. Oh, fun to watch. Then schedule. I'll post a schedule while we're watching Kazen's game. I'm gonna watch it right there. What else? What else? We might not have a stream on a Friday. On Saturday, Kizuna I's concert. I'll be watching that. I'm not gonna do a watch party. I hope you guys watch it on her end instead of ours, unless it's restricted. We're gonna find a way. And also, I want to see I want to see myself with Kizuna I, right? But yeah. So that's about it, guys. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later at 9 p.m. Schedule, I'll post it on Discord maybe later in the evening. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys not tomorrow, probably on Tuesday. Goodbye, guys. See you soon. Bye bye.